My name is John Saras. I'm the co-owner operator of the Alibi and the Brooklyn in Kingston. I think for years, especially as Canadians, we've always said, you know, oh, American beer is crappy beer. It's, you know, it's light beer, it's bad beer. Canadian beer is good beer, and American beer is bad beer. And I think for a long time that was probably true. But the American craft beer industry is something that is incredibly focused and domestic. It is really the epicenter of craft beer throughout the world, and now it's starting to grow. I think the craft beer experience, it sort of exists on a couple of different levels. It can be just the beer. It can be just the beer. That's a new flavor. I've never had that. It's a sour beer, or it's a milk stout. And when you buy a lot of craft beers, especially the smaller breweries, you're not only buying the liquid, but you're also sort of buying someone's story, or you're buying the story behind that beer. We've carried Railway City beers from St. Thomas, Ontario. Railway City, sort of one of their flagship brands is Dead Elephant. That's named after the famous Jumbo the Elephant, which was, I believe, the Barnum and Bailey's circus elephant, who many, many years ago escaped from the circus and got hit by a train. That's a real thing. That's an unbelievable story. And there's pictures of this elephant that has been hit by a train, and now they call one of their flagship beers Dead Elephant. That's a much better story than, you know, the Coors Light story. I don't know what the Coors Light story is. Maybe it's a great story, but I don't know it. The craft beer experience can be just a flavor. I've never had that before, that's delicious. Or it can be a whole personal story that may just be a cool adventure, or it may be, you know, something related to the brand. There's so many styles of beer and so many variations on those styles that to me it seems a little bit ridiculous when people say, I don't like beer. It could be that you don't like most beer, sure, fair enough. But to say you don't like all beer, just try things. Try things and try things and try them again and see if the flavor is affected by the experience, you know? The Alibi is an amazing room. Just architecturally, it's a great space. There's lots of exposed limestone. The roof is great. The structure is great, and is very conducive to what's cool right now. What people are embracing. It has a very vintage feel. It has a reclaimed feel. Some of that is real, and some of that is to some degree fabricated. But right now, the feel of this space it works very well with the design aesthetic that people are embracing certainly around North America and for the most part around the world. And we decided that this was the time, and definitely this was the place to sort of just try something new and to bring something new to the market in Kingston that really wasn't here before. The Brooklyn's been kind of a long journey. It's going to be a big brother for the Alibi. We're going to be open 5 nights a week, but Friday, Saturday night at the Brooklyn is going to be loud. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a fun time. It's not going to be a chill spot to hang out. That's what the Alibi is, and that's what we want the Alibi to be. We have 14 taps. Our beer system's fantastic. It's a state-of-the-art glycol chilled system, so the product will always be great. It's cold from the fridge all the way to the lip of the tap. 14 beers, and this will fluctuate a little bit, but about 5 of them are fixed, sort of on a 6-month to 8-month period. If one just doesn't sell well, then we'll trade it out, but they're intended to be fairly permanent. The one thing that we have learned with the Alibi is the market is not shy about telling you what they want, especially beer drinkers. So that's going to be something that we're going to have to really focus on. The Brooklyn was the first sort of bar that combined both the high volume, energetic atmosphere that I like to operate with the kind of bar that I like to go to as a patron. It's all well and good to run a really, really cool little hole-in-the-wall bar that, you know, is kind of Kingston's best kept secret. But it's going to be very cool to share it with hundreds of people. So that's what I'm excited about.